Okay, so last time we had some guests in the studio and we recorded it for the video. The cameraman was only able to get a lot of my bald spot, but I've been working on it. I've been putting Rogaine on it, and we're hoping the artificial turf will grow in. And my hair right now, like, it's in between having a mohawk and just buzzing it off. So the best way to describe my current hairstyle is I took my bald head and coated it with glue and then rolled around on the floor of the barber shop, and that's what you have here. But a mohawk is on the way. Hey, it is Todd Nuke'em. We are here at the studio with guest Innerpartysystem. How you guys doing?
Good, excellent, man. Great.
You guys, first of all, thanks for being perfectly on time. They said they would be here at 6 o'clock, and that's right when they walked through the door. So you guys need to work on being late. That's how rock stars are.
That's right. I know. We should have just hung out for a little bit.
Now, when you first came in, we were talking about, like, the last time I saw you was, like, at the Warped Tour, and that was a couple of years ago. Is that right?
Yeah. 2009. Was it 09 or 08? I think it was 09. Yeah, 2009.
It was you know, in the past.
It's a little blurry. 2011.
But and I remember, you know, and that was just a lot of fun. Now, did you guys do the whole Warped Tour that year, or were you just played a few dates?
We did the whole thing. Yeah.
Now, you probably hear, you know, when that comes together, you're probably like, dude, we're gonna play the Warped Tour. Now, at what point does that just become a pain in the butt?
Week 3, third week, maybe. Third hour? No. Probably like the third week. You start to get a handle of like what it's going to be every day for the next 2 months, and you're like, oh.
It's definitely like the best time and the worst time ever, all at the same time.
Yeah, everybody says that. It's the best and worst time of your life, and it's very true.
And it probably doesn't help that everywhere you go, it's like 107 degrees throughout the entire summer.
But it is, I mean, you do get to travel and play in front of way more kids than normal, you know what I mean, because it's such a big crowd every day. And it's just like one big party. It's like summer camp, but it's just really sweaty.
Just sweating, not showering.
Well, and you got a chance to like meet a lot of probably, you know, fans and new fans, of course, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
One of my favorite tours to date was definitely Warped Tour, for sure.
Good times. And I saw you guys when you first came through town. I think probably one of the first times ever. And you were playing this tiny little place. It was over at Club Sound, and the label you were dealing with at the time, they came and they're like, Todd, you got to go see this band because I know what you like, and you're gonna like Innerpartysystem. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go to a show because it's hard to get me, you know, to do anything. But we came and saw you, and like, you know, a couple songs in, I'm just like, these guys rule. And you know, and since then I've loved it. You know, the first single was, I think it was called "Don't Stop." Is that right?
Yes.
And then and that one, and what was the other one? Oh, last night in Brooklyn. We actually played that earlier today. We got calling
cool,
about that. So,
oh, right on.
So that was good. And then of course the new one, American Trash.
Yes.
When they sent that to me, and you were kind of just doing things on your own.
Yeah.
When this song was first created, is that right?
Right. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, because you had to deal with the big label. That kind of went away, and then how did you like think? Let's just keep trying this. I mean, it must be just love of music, right?
Pretty much. It's kind of all we know at this point.
Yeah, there's really, once you get into it as far as we have, there's no turning back. Like, label or not, even if whatever happens in the future, we'll do this forever. You know what I mean? That's all you can do.
So you put the song, you kind of did.
I mean, to elaborate on that. I know how to do nothing else.
It's either this or you have to get a real job. So
That's not happening.
Nobody wants to do that. But
That
the song, you know, I got it and I thought it was just instantly catchy, and we started playing with it on the radio a little bit, and people started to respond, and so we, you know, started playing it a lot. And then you got Red Bull Records now is picked you up, and
Yes.
and I like what they're doing so far because they kind of mean business. They really seem excited to want to, you know, get artists like you guys out there in front of people.
They're great. It's like they're definitely on hitting the new way to do things in the music industry. Like they're doing it right.
Yeah, it really is, and people that are listening probably don't care, but radio guys, we love you know this kind of stuff. But what's cool is they're basically standing behind you, getting you out there and supporting the band, and that's what I think is awesome.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing the big show tomorrow. Now, I understand you have recently just shot a video for that, or at least it's being edited at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how long do we have to wait until we can actually see this thing?
I don't know. I would say no more than, it's got to be January. It's got to be coming out, because the album comes out in February. I don't have the exact date, but it will be out in February, so the video's got to drop before that.
And is the album all done? Do you guys have this whole thing recorded, or is there still some...
Actually, after this show, I'm going to London to mix it.
Right on.
So,
yeah, That's
On
my
Saturday.
Christmas. Saturday morning, straight to
Saturday
London.
morning, straight there.
Oh, and here's something, and courtesy of Red Bull Records, but we get to send. I guess you're going to play some shows in London, or at least us show in London. Is that right? In January,
Yeah, 2 shows.
2 shows, and we're going to be able to send some winners with you to see that.
Oh,
so
wow, that's awesome.
really?
that's going to be fun.
That rules.
Yeah, that's why it's nice to have Red Bull Records providing that kind of information. But this will be fun. So we'll get some listeners. We'll send them to London, and we'll tell you more about that later on the Radio Kids. But that's something to look forward to. And I saw some clips. You guys played in Denver recently, and there's a clip of that on your YouTube page, and that just looked insane. Like you had the whole place
Yeah,
just
It was
bouncing.
insane.
That was probably one of the best shows we've ever played in the United States. It was insane.
Without a doubt. You can literally see me at the end. I think I might have been crying a little bit.
It was like that on his honeymoon as well, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
It was
That
definitely.
was the honeymoon.
I was in disbelief that whole show. Like we kept looking at each other like, really? This is this awesome?
Wow, it was crazy. It really was crazy. I hope we can replicate that tomorrow. I mean, you do have some fans in Salt Lake. When we started announcing the show, there were a lot of kids who were like, Innerpartysystem, sweet!
And the venue looks massive. We were just over there.
Oh, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It's loud, and we've done a couple of shows there right now, and it's going to be sweet. So
Awesome.
that's at the complex. Now, have you done stuff with OK Go? Did you play some dates with them yet?
No,
This is the first time
The
with
only
them?
thing we know is they're awesome, quirky videos.
Yeah.
I hope they brought the treadmills. We'll just see how that goes.
That's actually a great idea. Totally towards treadmills.
That'd be great. Oh, yeah, we should put the webcam on you, too. I forgot about that. Say hi to the people watching on X96.com.
Hello.
Now, tell me, now the new album, I'm curious, what other than me sitting down and listening to it, what are we in for? Like, can you kind of describe where it's headed, what it's going to be like?
It's a little bit different than the first record. It's a lot more electronic based, not as like rock bandy. But I mean, American Trash is a good example because like there's not really any live drums in that song. It's just pretty like heavy synths, heavy beats. That's pretty much what it is. There's some softer ones. There's some heavy ones.
It's going to thump.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
definitely thumps.
No matter where this band goes, it's always going to thump. Whether it's completely electronic or not, that's kind of our backbone is that when you see it live, it's got to be intense.
It's got to pound you in the face pretty much.
Sweet. It'll give your subwoofer a workout.
There you go.
Yes, definitely.
Well, let's throw on the song American Trash, and we'll talk to you for just a few more minutes. Innerpartysystem here at X96. Good to have you guys here in town once again. And now tell me, what when you're doing the live show, what's just the best thing in the world? Like, what do you hope for when you're putting your songs out there? The audience response. What makes you the happiest?
Yeah, definitely getting the energy from the crowd. Like that's to me that's why we do this. Like there's no better feeling than playing a really good show, and just like getting the energy from the crowd and freaking out.
Everybody sings the lyrics back. Like especially, I feel like American Trash is my favorite song to play now because when everybody sings like that big, just American Trash like before it hits is always awesome when you can hear the whole place singing it.
So sing along tomorrow,
Yes.
folks.
Yeah.
We want to we want to make this thing an experience. And I remember we had you play at our big ass show once too, and that was out at the big amphitheater.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think, God, you guys did like the flight or something had been delayed. It was just hectic, and you guys got there, and it was like time to go on stage.
Yeah, that was a tough show for us.
That was a tough one.
That was a rough one for sure.
But
you
then did
made
well.
it work. It was awesome.
It's fun. At the end of the day, the nice thing is when there's a bunch of bands all together with a lot of trailers really close, fun things always happen. I can't say much more on the air, but it was a really fun day.
I've witnessed some nonsense and some hanky-pank backstage. We won't get into
Hanky-pank.
that. That's part of another reason why you like to do what you do for a living. But and the song, and I want to play it here next. The song "Don't Stop" was the first one that I'd heard, and I really like that. And it's just a favorite of mine. So
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.
and we look forward to the album coming out in, when did you say, January?
February.
Okay, cool. February, we'll get the full album. Yeah, title of it yet? You know?
Yeah, it's called Never Be Content.
Sweet.
It's actually going to be, there's going to be 2 albums this year. There's 6 songs coming out in February, Never Be Content, and then Never Be Perfect comes out in the summer.
You're ambitious. You're far too ambitious. Oh, and I wanted to bring this up too. This was cool. I got one of the 7-inch singles of American Trash on vinyl, on that like gold vinyl.
gold, yeah.
That was sweet.
Like that?
I have a turntable at home, and I love to use it. So
Yeah, that was a big one for us. That was something we did on our own at that point when we first X made the song, we did those vinyls, and that was like our first release of us being independent.
Oh, that must have felt good.
Oh, yeah,
Putting it out on vinyl, there's no better way to go. Love that. Well, very good. Well, it's Innerpartysystem. Thanks for dropping by. We will see you tomorrow at the complex. Tickets are still available, $9.60, or you can get them at the door. Grey Whale is selling them. And I forget when you guys go on. I should know this.
7-ish. Actually, I don't know.
Anyway,
7-ish.
get there by 7.
Yeah, get there by 7 or
and you'll
earlier.
be okay.
See the other bands too.
Yeah,
Those are
good
really
locals.
Well, you're second. Like it's you guys and then OK Go. So I think you're probably one later.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, get there so you can see all the whole band. It'll be a great night of excellent music tomorrow night, and we appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Innerpartysystem at X96.